The people of the Wagi Valley have an intricate system of clan alliances. They engage in competitive exchanges of women, goods and food, and also in warfare. In 1992, I returned to a clan I'd visited 4 years previously. Within 2 weeks of my arrival, an allied clan had gone to war with their neighbours. This is the story of that fight. My principal sponsor was John Mouquet, a local big man who recently completed his Cambridge doctorate on Wagi warfare.
So there's a shield man and a spearman down there. Well, we saw on that burnt house, attacking, look.
Normally in this kind of circumstances they make public confessions. They tell their opponents what they think is their own sin, is they're going to use it against them. Like if I've been sleeping with my wife and I go into the battlefield, it's a taboo not to get into the battlefield if you sleep with your wife. So they say, they will try and make a statement across to the enemies and say, I've been sleeping with my wife, but now that I confess it, you're not going to kill me.
Got that close.
Just wait. They're going so close. Right? See the shield. See? Now they're moving up. See?
Oh yeah, he's trying to spear. Gun. Did you hear the gun?
But the problem is that if you have rifles and you get in front, the shieldman is the one who will get injured because they are the living targets.
Yeah, the rifle will just go straight through the shield.
Just go straight through. See, close on fighting. When I'm hero, blue shirt and the pirua. Now this is two players on the side of me. So they fight when I'm hero close to me.
Travel policeman yet. Travel policeman mi blapai. Na inno mi pla drin bio pla caso mi pla la. Ba atoglo merio ground no. What is ane mi pla no fight. All labia all put a dashboard. La put a Pepsi. Okay. All rami kamna all rasum desra dashboard na. Kisimoli go finish na. All go finish na. Land dashboard kamna. All spole market na.
They're going to conclude the fight for today. And normally with the shield, somebody's going to chant first, and then they're going to make a collective chant, and then they're going to rush down, come back, and that will be the end of the day of today's fight.
The reasons for the war appeared to be confusing. It was difficult to believe that they were fighting purely over a game of darts with Pepsi bottles. So John and I requested an interview with one of the big men.
Good morning, Mr. Sally. You like the same story on this place? Me play a fight long. Okay, Gagman is sing out me play na me play come by him. It's like ground. Now 32 years he go finish. Okay, now this like man, gene been starting fight. He like bagrab him sit down below me play. And by fight he go yet he go enough long I must by mean die long and by fight by stop. And me strong blood talk blow me give me golong Master Sally. Thank you.
One of something.
All country blame all ben na action samla conversation lom dead body blomangi na oli to so mol ba redis la na kilim dis la pig na ba kukim kage na belam na sister bosun yiblo ben na action mamla conversation blo country bla no got wamla mamba giving so yiblo masculine dis la hospital travel pig blind yiblo action yiblo masculine na kukim kage and awesome.
This man, who I'd filmed 2 days previously, had been axed to death by the enemy after being temporarily blinded by firing his homemade shotgun.
We lost your brother on Thursday afternoon, 4 o'clock. He was shot by the other tribe. All the policemen, we don't exactly know what happened.
We'll get one of us way one day. We promise.
One of these bastards are going to pay for this. Homeless.
Meanwhile, my sound man was busy selling bullets.
Na naral brother I only been kill master. Na mula sorry long this line. I'm all 1 o'clock line. So mula sorry like Salim all na all by go using tomorrow. All by go beg him 1 block 2 block. And mula cut this la copper wire in here. Copper wire and be awesome. Mula by put him inside law cartridge. As block cut.
Inside long, oh hello. 12-ball cartridge.
Yeah. Wing sister, wing sister, cartridge, we put him inside last plan. And we'll by fit him long, homemade.
Are they going to fight again?
I think, by tomorrow morning. So they're just going through the ritual preparations for a death man, which requires public confession, looking at the people again, what happened, why did he got killed, and then prepare everything. And then tomorrow they will try and go and fight on behalf of the dead man.
Can we get any closer to the ocean?
Well, we could. The only problem is that from here to the other side is no man's territory. If people the warriors from that side come down and follow the slopes, we could be targeted. They'll shoot us.
I found out later that John was being economical with the truth. In fact, he'd lent his own warriors to the allied clan. After about an hour's fighting, the battlefield was obscured by smoke from bonfires, signalling that somebody had been killed. John's men had shot an enemy dead, and if John had been recognised in the fighting zone, then the enemy would have known their identity.
So the matches on the top of the ridge is being picked up by those guys on the other side, so we see them lighting it up. Everybody else down the valley wouldn't then know that somebody has already been killed.
Early the next morning saw the clan celebrating the death of the enemy warrior. The clan returned to the battlefield early every morning and waited patiently for the enemy to come down from the mountain and revenge the death of their warrior. During this period of time, John Mouquet had to return to Port Moresby. After a week, the situation was still unchanged, and tension was building within the community, particularly for those caught in the middle, and especially those women married from the enemy clan.
Mibla married to Golap Bruana, also Mibla Tinting Plandia, Olan Satan Bluman, Blumibla Becam, Killing Bradam Blumibla or Nogat Mibla Tinting or same stuff. Mibla got people area, Bradam Bluminda or Ximspia or Ximbagrab or Nogat Mibla Yarmosim, Tesla and Warim Blagat. Osem now Mibla got one blam Bratam in Depinis, Maria and Blapam Bruay. Apam Bruay and come married Leah. Now man blow and kill him now. Tinting go long so man blowing day and got big flower in stop big. Miblam Batoto to Solem walk blow man, ya only go sleep house man now, Mary Barros Morna, all enough stop close to Lord man. All bago stop house man now, yet be plain start to all Mary la Toto, all be Sarah Morna talk, mask you blow Mary Nambadico. So to see.
Through frustration, the clan decided to raid the enemy village. John Tower, one of the fight leaders, became my new guide.
The enemies are not coming. They are not ready. So we are giving a warning that we are ready for a fight. We wait and see. There's no sign of them, so they might be discussing whether to come to fight or we don't know what they are doing.
There's people that are discussing to go up the mountain, I think, to the enemy's territory. It's about, they're arguing it. We don't know, there might be something. In the man, they would go up there.
The enemy clan is having these trees there. So our clan, they're trying to go up this valley after the enemy's clan. But some are saying no, and some wanted to go up this. We wait and see whatever the outcome of this.
Right. I'm still in Kakao?
Yeah. It's like
Kakao belongs to Biro, yeah?
Yeah, I'm garden Lord Borough.
Yeah.
I'm all triple America, so all planting Mary come not. So bien all come, all this garden in Bakunis.
Ah.
Also Slaman, also Tupla Mania, also took like garden, no good old Borough come inside. By so Tupla come now, Tupla by giving signal warning by all Mary can run away, all man by starting a fight.
Right.
Yeah. Also Lodisla, Tupla man on Tupla walking up and also to play barang garden blow by no kau ko pian ball in no block sim so kau kai stab also mi stable put blow pa ni gine no good stab ball kam mol bro kam kisim no by kai kai na olik sim strong no ball kam fighting bla na all this la man on top of mountain and also moli wait that's all look
Yeah.
no good bro kam na line number 5 na all this la Mary one time all ping all kam still mol kai na ball na all run away na ni oli wa a small sister got married to the enemy clan. The house was burned up by my clansman. COVID, the garden of COVID trees and all these trees chopped down by my clan. We don't count in-laws because when they fight, he comes to kill me and I go to kill him.
The object of the raid was to destroy and steal as much enemy property as possible. Having destroyed the lower houses and gardens, we moved higher and deeper into the enemy village in an attempt to burn their men's house.
It was dynamite.
No, that's from the bomb. That's from the bomb. Somebody came up from this side.
Come on, let's go.
Go back. They're coming out. They're coming down the creek.
Are they coming?
Yeah. You see them?
Where?
They're coming down the creek. See, the men are coming back. Run up, turn south. I can't go south. Run back. I was back. They're coming out this way.
The enemy were counter-attacking, and the situation had changed from an easy romp of destruction to a chaotic retreat back down the mountain. John was very worried that our party would get cut off, and after running for about a mile, we stopped to assess the situation.
There's another enemy coming down the hill there, small hill, with a red shirt. And some of them are going on the other side of the hill. Now what they are intending to do is they're trying to go down to the creek, and then follow the creek down to the main road. They're trying to cut us in, and then they might attack us. and the guys in there will advance forward, and this goes down, going down the creek will come up. They're trying to put us in the middle, and then. But I don't think they will go down to the creek. You see, some of our men, raiding party, are still on the other side of the ridge. So.
You can see the.
Yeah.
Is that 303?
Yeah, that's a 303 being fired. You see what they do there? See?
That hasn't made much difference.
The enemy has been carried up by the other warriors, by the Roman. They came together. So he's been carried into the main center, main area, where the enemy stands. Where we went in the morning, we came back again.
Yeah.
The place where he's being carried up to now. So we wait and see whatever happens. If he is dead, they will tell us. But if he's not, then they won't say anything. So we wait and see.
It's a lot, but
that's from the 303, eh? Second time.
The indiscriminate firing of the 303 rifle had halted the enemy counterattack, and we were able to return to our own village safely. No one was killed on this raid, and as it turned out, it had been purely wishful thinking that an enemy had even been wounded. The enemy were reluctant to fight again, probably because they didn't have the same access to firearms and ammunition. The next week saw an uneasy truce, with neither side prepared to formally attack the other. There was talk of ending the war, and messages were being passed to the enemies via neutral individuals. Unfortunately, both clans had ignored a common enemy. 2 days before official peace negotiations, the police suddenly appeared on the road. Without warning, they burnt both villages to the ground and arrested a number of fight leaders from each side.
I've been playing the big one.
I was reluctant to film this, as the local police commander had boasted to me during a drinking session that if his men caught me filming during a police raid, he would not be responsible if they shot me.
I spent bloody 2 months on building this house and got banned up.
2 months building it?
Yeah, 2 months, only 2 months. The blinds, all these things, I bought them now. I spent about $160 on this and then got banned up. So I don't know really. It will take me another 2 or 3 months to build another new house again.
So Islam government must think also wrong lo government you know like I'm stop him fight nothing. So I'm kirap now come kugum house me plan bagra me plan send down me plan. Na Islam lo thinking lo me I think also government in working good lo personal people. Emisa talk also all criminals now all can all rascal person is a come up lo place Canada so Islam up wrong is tablo government. You know I think almost all get something is come up lo government and then you come down you come all legally people of place can all same all grassroots number.
2 deaths and 2 villages seemed to me a high price to pay for what was superficially an argument over Pepsi Cola bottles. At the end, I was no clearer to understanding the why about Wagi warfare. But then again, I am not, and never can be, a Wagi warrior.
Gapmani kam kalabus mi pula tasol. Still ba mi pula come back mi pula fight also. Wala pun maski yang pula mi pula kalabus na come back mi pula fight also.
Mi pula stabia, sabos mi labun na stab. Ba mi togim One pula bratam belum mi ol kilim. Pablo mi togo sa looking. Looking mat blongan. Alright, still isla berua ba stab yet. Alright, fight go indai. Pikinim blon kira ba still fight berua ba stab yet.
Disla fight ibn kama bol semna. Disla asblot fight, mi bla fight lo Pepsi ol semna lo sel blong Peter ami put a magol sem 1992 Pepsi war. Na I got Pepsi bottle tamblo lo sil blan. Na asblot trouble. Na suppose all policeman one time all government only come only thinking lo kam lugan disla oh you got peace negotiation. Mi bla thinking lo present them disla sil lo government way by mi lukem ken all sem disla 1992 Pepsi war lo Pepsi bottle tasali bin wokem na mi bla fight. I think tasol Charles.